Hello everyone and welcome to another video. As most of you know, I make videos on Endcrystal Anarchy server, and sometimes I get the question, but why this server? Why out of all the Anarchy servers out there you choose to play on this one? And today I'll show you the three main arguments that keep me playing on Endcrystal, and also tell you why you should do the same. Why this server is the best alternative to other Anarchy servers. But before I go into why you should play on Endcrystal, let me begin by telling the negative aspects of the server. But keep in mind that most smallish Anarchy servers are going to have some or all of these downsides as well. Argument number 1. The server is just as toxic as other Anarchy servers. I know that sounds kind of obvious, but most new players join in hopes of getting free stuff and getting help from the player base. This is anarchy. People can and will kill you, hunt you, bad trap you, grief your base, and do way worse things. They will say racist things in chat and so on. That's just how anarchy works. So if you plan to join, I recommend you try to do it the right way. Try and survive by yourself or with your friends. This is not a server where you can depend on others to survive. You'll see hate symbols and other bad stuff like just around the server, and people really don't like when you beg and spam in chat for stuff. That's a really good way to get yourself killed. So be prepared to read some bad things in chat, maybe see some not so cool builds, and probably have a 300 player ignore list. Argument number 2. The map is not that old. One thing that is big in the Anarchy community is the age of the map. As most of you know, TBTT is the server that has the oldest map. The map is more than 10 years old on that server, and that allows for some amazing and curious things that happen only on that server in that specific world. Endcrystal has a map that's about 1 year old, which is not that old when compared to other servers like Constantium, which has a 5-year-old map, and that removes some of those old map wonders you can see on other Anarchy servers. There's some cool things to see, but it's not like playing on a 10-year-old map. It's not the same thing. And for many people, that's gonna be a turnoff, especially if you're looking to explore and find bases. But of course, that's one thing that will change over the years as the map gets older and gets updated over and over. Argument number 3, the server has a lack of established groups. Yes, I know this sounds confusing if you do not play, but let me elaborate. The server has established groups, but they are either small and or hard to get into, like the Spawn Range project. Not everyone can join. When you join the server for the first time, you see a lot of bots in chat promoting groups like the Imperials or Team Void. And while you can join those groups and meet some cool people, most of them come from other servers and are here just to expand their server list. There are very few groups working on things like mega bases, spawn projects, and changing the course of the server. Honestly, I am more of a nomad. I like to explore and raid bases. So that's a point that does not matter a lot to me, but it might mean a lot to you. Okay, these are the three arguments I wanted to talk about when it comes to negative aspects of the server. So let's move into the positive parts of playing on Endcrystal. Argument number 1, admin transparency. The owner of Endcrystal, ePearl, is known in the community for being open about the changes he's gonna make to the server. Of course, he stops people from lagging or crashing the server. He nerfs hacks that are way too overpowered or can cause bad server performance. But one thing that I've never seen other admins do is talk about the active exploits or hacks with the community. I will use the recent End Portal donkey duplication exploit as an example. ePearl knew that the player base was suffering and most new players could not get hold of gear, so he held a Discord poll to see if he should re-enable the dupe, it being one of the weaker ones because all the items and players were funneled to one spot in the end. This type of communication, asking what the community wants, talking about the changes he's about to make, asking for feedback, that is something that's really valuable for a server's longevity, and I don't see many Anarchy server owners doing the same. Argument number 2, server version and performance. One big thing Endcrystal has that differentiates it from other Anarchy servers is that the server is running 1.16.5. Yes, I know there are other 1.16 Anarchy servers, but none are as big as Endcrystal, and none run as good as Endcrystal. Due to the updates Minecraft has received over the years, many Anarchy servers got stuck in 1.12 because server performance was just too poor for high player counts. But that is just not the case with Endcrystal. I have seen the server hit 50 to 60 players and multiple times, with TPS staying above 18 for almost 100% of the time. Although it is easy to lag the server by just spawning a lot of entities in one chunk or making a lot of withers at the same time, most of the time no one is actively lagging the server or trying to crash it. Argument number 3. An easier place to thrive and be active. Over the last few months, I've been convincing a lot of my friends to join the server and try to survive in the anarchy environment for the first time. One thing that can really be a turnoff on servers like TubeTT is spending 4 or more hours in a queue to play, roaming around spawn for another 2 hours without finding a single highway or dirt block, dying to a player 1,000 times and being constantly flamed for doing those little things. Many people that are interested in exploring anarchy servers or that are going to love the unique style that these servers have end up quitting or not being active due to this disincentive from the server in general. Argument number 4. The server is in constant growth. I have a lot of trouble with creativity, and one thing I always struggle with on Anarchy is that there's nothing to do. Most people will join a project that's already ongoing or try to act against it, like griefing something. But I like to be more proactive and create my own things and projects and try to change the server my own way. Endcrystal is at the phase where the player base is growing and stuff is starting to happen. New exploits are starting to come out, groups are beginning to establish themselves, and people are beginning to dedicate a lot of their time to the server, and that's getting more and more intense as the days go by. I know this is kind of a short argument, but it's important to note that when a server starts to grow, it's the best time to start playing on it. Even though people will discourage you, people will try to kill you, you're probably not gonna like your first experience on the server, that might be something that will just mark your life forever. I mean, playing on an anarchy server, it really is something else. I've been playing Minecraft for more than 10 years. It's more than half of my life. And all I can say is that Anarchy really is unique. There's nothing like it anywhere else in any other game that I've ever played in my entire life. Well, that's gonna be it for today's video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed this different style of video that I decided to work on for this week. Honestly, I had a lot of fun producing it and I felt like I was progressing with my filmmaking skills. Always feel free to comment and leave your feedback and subscribe to the channel. And one thing that's to note is that I'm having a lot of work with school and with some stuff that's going on in my house. It's not like a family problems or anything. It's just I have a lot of work to do and I'm 17 years old. So I need to start to worry if I'm going to college, what I'm going to do for my life. And that might mean that I will not be able to play for some time on the server. I mean, I will still play. I might just not be as active as you guys I used to. But I still love you all. Thank you for watching.